Hello, my name is Amanda Derrickson. This is my A.D.D.I.E presentation. A.D.D.I.E is an instructional design model that helps instructors plan and create instruction. My A.D.D.I.E is on an 8th grade U.S. History 2 course. It's for the Road to the Civil War. This course takes 5 weeks, 4 classes a week, and they are 55 minutes long each. We have a 1-to-1 iPad and netbook ratio, and there is smartboard technology available in the classroom. There are 4 steps to the A.D.D.I.E analysis phase. There are instructional goals, instructional analysis, learner analysis, and learning objectives. First up is our instructional goals. Students will identify, explain, describe, and evaluate the main causes of the American Civil War. There are many causes to the American Civil War. The essential question is for students to answer, what caused the American Civil War? Next are our learner objectives. We have 6 overall. All of these will help them answer the essential question. Next is our instructional analysis, which lists all of the necessary steps for this course. Then we have our learner analysis, which lists what the students already know. In this 8th grade class, they have passed U.S. History 1. They have a thorough background knowledge on how the government works, how a bill becomes a law, which is important when studying the compromises. They're also familiar with primary and secondary sources. They've used multiple perspectives, and they've investigated bias of authors or storytellers. I have 1 student with special needs, and then I have 3 students with ADHD. So I'll have to provide visual as well as differentiated instruction to help with this class. But overall, it's a high-functioning class with little to no comprehension struggles, and they're excellent with technology. Our overall assessment for this course, the students will combine all of their information and analysis into one project. They're going to choose whether they want to do an iMovie, a Prezi, or a Poplet to showcase their knowledge on this subject. They're going to include photos, videos, recordings, and different viewpoints from both Southerners and Northerners to decide what caused the American Civil War. Now we are on to our next part of the A.D.D.I.E model, which is the design phase. The design phase is made up of 3 parts. You have to design the assessments, decide the course format, and then provide an instructional strategy. We are going to start with designing assessments. So the students will be evaluated in multiple ways. We're going to have daily observations, they're going to have exit passes, and we're going to use Google Plus for discussions as well as have discussions in class. They have to research an abolitionist, they have to do a skit for a Dred Scott decision, and they have their final project which they present to the class. Next we have our course format, which is how the content will be delivered. Again, we're using Google Plus, which will provide access to class discussions, articles, and notes. They're also going to have graphic organizers which are giving out in class, or they are provided on Google Docs, which I will share with them. There also will be Kahoot quizzes to keep them on their toes, as well as the use of Google Forms. Okay, our next part is the instructional strategy, which is the different activities that will be included. For pre-instruction, we're going to have a pre-unit quiz that tells me what the students already know about the Civil War. We also have the presentation of our content, and that's through classroom instruction, Google Plus, Google Forms and Docs, and introduction videos, and graphic organizers. We also are going to have formal observations. We're going to have closure activities, response answers and questions. We're going to have DBQs, exit passes as well. We use Kahoot for online polling quizzes, and students can create their own for the class. We may also include screencasting, and we always use the Google Forms. Our learner participation, that's going to be through discussions both in class with small groups, partner discussions, or through Google+. They also have exit passes and in-class recorded presentations on abolitionists, and they have their graphic organizers. Our follow-through activities, they're going to have to make predictions on what will happen next. They're also going to have foresight, what could have been done to prevent the Civil War. And at the end, they can play a Guess Who game where the class can guess who they are from different events on the road to the Civil War. And that's it for the A.D.D.I.E design phase. Next, we are on to the development phase, and this is where we create a sample, develop the course material, and conduct a run-through. Here's one of my sample lessons, and here are some of the materials we will use. This is the main graphic organizer for the course. They will have to fill this out entirely to help them complete and work on their final assessment, which is the overall project. Here are some of the DBQs, and then different readings that they will do throughout the class. Our course materials, they're going to need pen and pencils for some of the graphic organizers, their iPads, YouTube videos that are used for the lesson plans, the Google Plus community, Prezi, iMovie, Google Plus and Poplet, Google Docs, Google Drive, which are all installed on their one-to-one iPads. We also have readings, worksheets, exit passes, and websites, which will all be located on Google Plus. Then we have our implementation phase, which is where we prepare the learners. We have to show them what tools and knowledge are necessary to participate in class, and we must arrange the learning space. That means having the proper materials for class, the right technology, and that tools are available for the course. These are the tools that we need for the class. Here is a video to help you with Google+. And here are the learners. Again, they must have passed 7th grade. They're familiar with iPad technology. They have a crash course on Google+. And we have activated their background knowledge. Classroom, we're going to have table groups and partner groups. And then we have to give them handouts that are found on Google+. The websites and sources will all be ready. And now we're moving on to the evaluation stage. This is broken up into 2 parts, formative and summative evaluation. Here we have one-to-one, small group, and field trial. With this, we have to test their clarity, impact, feasibility. So they're going to have polling and exit classes to measure effectiveness. We also have small group discussions, where they have to go through Google Forms. And a field trial, which is their real-time rehearsal. They have to participate in learning activities and questionnaires throughout the lesson. Attitude and behavior surveys are necessary as well, and they must be asked to provide feedback throughout the lesson. Finally, our summative evaluation, which is the reaction of the course. They'll take a survey on Google Forms. They're also going to take an achievement test, their final project, and a final test. They also have to take an attitude survey at the end, and then a behavior survey as well. They're going to use a variety of this throughout the lesson, throughout the courses, with Google+, Google Forms, Google Docs, Google Slides, iMovie, and Prezi. And the results. Overall, we're going to have student improvement in navigation of online sources, Web 2.0 tools, knowledge of Civil War, understanding of content of U.S. History 2, presentational skills will improve, and primary and secondary source evaluation skills will improve, and they will also have awareness of cause and effect relationships. That is my presentation for A.D.D.I.E for my 8th grade U.S. History 2 course. Thank you very much.